So this is the ROG Zephyrus M16. Now, for those of you who have been on my channel before, you know that I've unboxed a previous Zephyrus on this channel. I think I said channel twice. But regardless, I've unboxed the G14 last year, which was an amazing laptop. The only thing I didn't like was how the keycaps were a little bit hard to see during the day. But this Zephyrus M16 is a completely different beast. I don't want to hold you guys up anymore, so let's just go ahead and get with the unboxing. And for those of you who watched my unboxing last year, you know how mind blown I was with the unboxing experience. And I'm expecting the same thing on this one as well. So go ahead and open it up, and just like last time, I'm gonna show the camera. Just like last time, the laptop pushes itself up as you bring it back. This presentation, ASUS, keep it up. Has some weight to it too. So before I get into the laptop, let's see what else we get inside the box here. So on this left-hand side, we have just empty stuff, it appears. The right-hand side, I'm thinking that's the charger. What a weighty charger. This is a 240 watt power adapter. My goodness. As you can tell, this is a beast of a machine. To be honest, I don't even know the full specs on this, but we're going to find out together. Okay, that's all that there is on the right-hand side. And in the middle, I'm assuming has our documentation. Yep, here we go. So we have the G series. Or maybe this is a G series laptop. I'm confused. We'll see. Push that to the side. Push that to the side. But like I said, ASUS, this presentation is seriously amazing. I love this. It really makes it inviting. So let's go ahead and see what else this laptop has to offer. So like I said, right here it has M16. So it has PCI Gen 4 support, 16:10 aspect ratio, 100% DCI-P P3 gamut color space, 50 nits, man, 500 nits. So it's similar to the MacBook Pro. 3 millisecond adaptive sync, Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos for HDR advanced and audio experience. We're gonna see if that's just marketing and see how good this laptop actually really is in terms of its sound and display quality. 3D mic array, two-way AI noise cancellation. Sounds like a lot of IT buzzwords to me. Liquid metal thermal compound. That's very interesting. And a 100 watt Type-C charging port. Wow. Let me go get the manual again. Smells like coconut, but let's go ahead and get this unraveled here. So sticky icky. Remember that? What was that song on, what was it? Fairly Odd Parents? Icky Vicky, something like that? I don't know. But look at this cooling. Look at these vents. Ooh. This is so smooth. Let me take this off. This is a good looking laptop. I don't know if you guys can see that, but in person, like the way these perforated dots show up, it's so nice. It's almost like a reflection in a sense. But it does have this metal component here still that says Republica Gamers. It's probably hard to see on camera. I'll see if I can try to get it to focus here. Right, something like that. But it has vents on the side, the back, the other side, and the bottom itself. Wow, vents everywhere. This thing needs to be cooled. But let's go ahead and show you guys the ports that come on this machine. So looking on this side of the laptop here, we have a power port, full-size HDMI, full-size Ethernet, USB-A port, and 2 USB-C port, and I believe this one with the lightning bolt is Thunderbolt 4, and a headphone jack. Nice. And then moving on to the other side, we have a micro SD card slot and another USB type A port. But let's go ahead and open this up. This top of this computer is just marvelous. That is that ROG metal. Oh my God, it's ROG plastic on the bottom, but that's some ROG metal right there. So let's go ahead and get this thing powered on. Let's see what this thing looks like on the inside. So right off the bat, before I even touch this laptop, or I should say the inside of this laptop, it is a much better keyboard experience in terms of just looking at it compared to the G14 last year with that silver. But let me go ahead and get this plugged up real quick. Usually this is where I cut the video, but wait, it actually powered on without me having to, wait, that was completely, wait, okay, I don't need this. Who needs power adapters? Okay, so we got RGB on the keyboard. That is something that I was not expecting. This entire segment is unexpected. Wow, that is some bright backlight. Oh my, it goes all the way back. You're still making noise. Listen, okay, so just like the G14, this laptop raises itself up in order. It also helps. I'm getting so excited, I can't even speak. So this laptop raises itself up when you push it back. This helps not only in terms of airflow, but also in terms of a typing experience, at least for me, because it's not, I'm just typing straight down on a keyboard like this. So I really like this aspect, but I was not expecting this laptop to go all the way back. And I want to see if this is, there's no way this is a 2-in-1. Nope, it locked right there. But as you can see, I mean, this is not what I expected, but very interesting to say the least. So looking at the display a little bit more, as you can see, the bezels are pushed out a lot, and I mean a lot. My goodness, but God, it's like I'm looking at a glass. Is it touchscreen? Okay, so unfortunately it's not touchscreen, but let's go ahead and set this up and see how this is in terms of the first user experience. But what does this button do? I'm curious what this button does. Nothing. This screen bezel is so pushed out. Wow. I don't know why default keeps showing up here, but since I have a laptop that can push back like this, I can actually show you guys the full capabilities of this machine. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on Aura, and as you can see, this just changes the type of RGB lighting effects you want on the keyboard. This, I believe, is the fan profile. If you want to change it a little bit more, I guess if you want it to be a little bit more aggressive, you want it to be on the default setting, or you want it to be, as you can see here, or if you want it to be a little bit more quiet. So I'm actually going to set mine to silent because I like my stuff to be silent. But let's go ahead and do some laptop housekeeping. Let's go ahead and look at the task manager and see what this computer has. So we have an 11th gen i9 11900H. So how many cores is that? Move, Google Chrome. Always trying to take the picture of stuff. Change graph to logical. Oh, it's right there. So we have 8 cores, 16 threads, 32 gigabytes of storage, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. And then in terms of the storage, we have 2 terabytes, a MediaTek Wi-Fi 6 card, and then the Intel GPU is working pretty hard here. And then we have a RTX 3070. It's not even like an MX. It's a full fat 3070. Oh my God. Okay, housekeeping. Housekeeping. This is breathtaking right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't want a free driver. Let's just skip to the middle. I mean, wow. That's a nice looking panel. at the detail. It's a nice speaker. Let's hear what the voice sounds like. So I want to make this video to eliminate a large portion of people constantly saying one of two things about the M1X, or whatever Apple is going to call their higher end CPUs for this year. Also, if you're watching this in the future when M1X is already out and everything I say in this video is false, well, I don't know, sub to the channel. Anyway, let's talk about this higher end MacBook, and I'm speculating as well, but I'm not regurgitating. It sounds like the speakers are, there's like 4 speakers. Maybe I need to look at that thing again, but it sounds like there's speakers, upward firing speakers right here, which I guess gives you that Atmos perspective. And then there's, it sounds like these are speakers as well. This material that they're using right here is actually pretty soft. It's not, this is actually kind of soft too. It's not, it's like metal, but it's a soft type of metal or material that they're using here. But the trackpad as well also feels very robust, and I can actually start swiping normally. Another few things I want to mention is, like I said before, I'm not a fan of the font of the keyboard, but the actual keyboard itself, it's actually pretty comfortable to type on. So I'm going to do a quick typing test and let you guys know what it's like. We will burn down your houses. We will kill everything inside your walls, and we will take back the land. I mean, that was a pretty hard-hitting paragraph if I ever typed one myself, but this keyboard typing experience, I'm always a fan of ASUS keyboards, just because, at least when it comes to the Zephyrus line, it's a very nice key travel, and it does have a nice tactile feel when you actually go down to the bottom of it. And it's not as, clicky like a mechanical keyboard. It's actually kind of soft, which I like. Not as soft as the Dell XPS, but in comparison, this one is still pretty soft to other keyboards that I've typed on in the past. But I do like how there are profiles for your fan, so if you want it to be silent like it is now, you can do that. But if you want to crank up the performance, so let me go ahead and switch this to performance. It's like a slight whirl going on. But this display quality, guys, I'm telling you, this wallpaper has never looked this good before. Like, my goodness. Let me actually look at the resolution. All right, so a few things here for you guys to see. So as you can see out the factory, this does come calibrated from ASUS, and it's a 2560 by 1600 aspect ratio. So it's a little bit higher than the traditional 1440p, and it's also higher than 1080p as well. So that's nice. Another thing I should mention is that the refresh rate actually goes all the way up to 165. Is it overkill? Oh, baby, yeah, it's overkill, but does it look nice? 1000%. So my goodness, this mouse is looking like I'm slicing through butter. Whew, wow. Let me just Google something random. Let me just swipe through and see how smooth this is. Okay, my Wi-Fi is not that slow. Come on now. Okay, so I guess it was just setting it to WPA3, which I guess is nice. So thank you. Wow, this is... Listen, I always say I don't really care about refresh rate, but when you have a high refresh rate screen in front of you, oh my God. You could literally just do this all day. I will do this for an hour. It is a bummer though that this isn't touchscreen, but it looks like it's like fingerprint resistant as well, which is nice. Wait, is this lighting up? Wait, hold on, let me go to the dark. All right, I'm in my closet. And it's pitch black. It's kind of scary in here, to be honest with you guys. All right, so I'm not sure if the M16 has the capabilities to light up these LEDs on the back, if there are any LEDs in the back of this. But I will say, for some reason, like when you hit it in the sunlight, it does have like some type of rainbow effect going on. So I kind of like that aspect of this laptop. Similar to the Razer laptops as well, you can see some fingerprints have already been left here on the top panel here. I've said here too many times, it's annoying me, but my goodness, this is a nice laptop. My. This might be one of the best laptops that has ever came across my channel. The only thing that could come close is probably the Razer Book or the Razer Blade 15 that I unboxed last year. That's the only thing that comes close. And that had like a 2060 in it. This is actually a 3070 in here, guys. A 3070. Do you know how hard it is to get a 3070 right now? And this in a laptop this thin. And smells so good. I love the design of this laptop. I love the design. I want to open this thing up so bad. So we do have a M.2 slot right here. That is kind of high. This is the one that I think is PCI Gen 4. And then we also have an extra one right here. If you want to add on to it, even though this does have 2 terabytes already, you can. As you can see up here, this is where we have some serious cooling going on. But this looks like to be an extra slot for, not an extra slot, but this is a slot for the RAM. And this is 16 gigabytes. So 16 gigabytes is already soldered onto the motherboard. And then they have one where it's removable. So if you want to add more in later on, you can do that. But just do keep in mind that 16 is already soldered onto the motherboard itself. Looking at the Wi-Fi card, I believe, yes, this is the Wi-Fi card right here. So that's nice that they let us upgrade that if we need to. But to be honest, it's Wi-Fi 6 and it seems to be a very capable Wi-Fi 6 card. And then we just have the cooling for the CPU and the GPU. That is the inside of this laptop. So in terms of upgradability, I'd give it a 80% because you can upgrade all the components, but you can't upgrade the full components, at least in terms of the RAM. So that is the inside of the ROG Zephyrus M16. So now it's time to test the camera, the one thing I forgot to test. And even on the side, I just noticed it's almost at an angle as well. So that's nice. And it just lifts up even more. But yeah, Windows Hello, I love it. So let me open up the camera app and test out the camera. Okay, so this is the camera quality of the ROG Zephyrus M16. You guys can tell me how the quality sounds. I think this looks pretty good. I would expect it to be just a little bit more crisp, but from laptop cameras I've seen, this is actually, it's up there. Honestly, I look good. That's all I can really say. I look good. My goodness. This camera, I don't know how the microphone's gonna sound, but you guys will get to know. For one, this is not a cheap laptop, but in terms of the unboxing experience, everything that I've done so far, the components that you're able to get inside of this machine, it is a very serious laptop with a lot of power. At this point, I feel like this is a laptop that could replace your desktop in a sense. Seriously, it is. Wow. But with all that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing experience of the Zephyrus M16. Let me know how you guys think of this setup. It's a little bit different. I feel a little bit more better now that I can walk around. As much as I enjoy sitting down and doing reviews, there's just something about standing up, being able to move, the freedom to do whatever you want when you unbox and review things as well. Also, kind of miss my TV. But with all that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing experience. I appreciate every sub, like, and comment. Let me know if you want me to do any testing, any gaming, because 3070, I know that thing's hard to come by these days.